Greetings in the name of Naomi and Yah Santiwa, all that is good and great, all that is blessed and beautiful, all that is creative and conscious. Once again, I am Adisa Orobai Bankole. Welcome to this short but brief series called Honoring Those Who Came Before Us. And this is for my fellow black thespians. Now, this is the third part of the article. And as you know that in the beginning, I started this series with the monologues and scenes and stuff. So now I am doing the third part of the monologue, third part of the article, as I have said. And I wanted to do it like in chunks so that we can handle it, you know. Again, this is honoring those that came before us, right? Or maybe for the younger ones, because I'm up there a little bit, you know. Okay. A brother once said at a DIAC conference I attended, "We should honor those ancestors because those ancestors had to bow and bend and say, 'Yes, sir,' so that we may have the strength to stand tall and say, 'Hell no.'" When one thinks of artists such as Bojangles, Stephen Fletcher, and Hattie McNeil, etc., these were the artists that had to go through crap. I mean, they had to go through some stuff. I'm not going to curse here, but you know, let's be real. They had to go through some stuff, right? So that our young thespians like Omar Epps, Kerry Washington, Tanaji P. Henderson, Terrence Howard, etc., so they don't have to. So they should also remember. And I think Halle Berry gave a shout out to Hattie McNeil when she received the Oscar. And I think some of the other young bloods had done that. But it's important to keep reminding ourselves of that because, you know, they went through a lot, you know. They really went through a lot. And we are still going through a lot, you know. And so I admire Denzel Washington. I admire Tanaji Henderson. I admire Viola Davis and all of those other and brothers and sisters whom I got to meet over the years at American Black Film Festival and brothers that I've got to see. I admire them. And I admire my good brother Jim Willis. I admire my good sister Shirley Parkinson and my sister Sherry Pullum Robinson. And I admire people because they really are coming up and you know, exploding and stuff. So yes, they do not have to go through what these people had to go through, but they still have to go through a lot. They are now becoming a force to be reckoned with. Those black exploitation films, in many ways, became the death knell. They became the death knell to these wonderful thespian talents and were again underutilized and to a degree almost pigeonholed them to the roles they played in these films. Now, Ron O'Neill talked about that. No, I'm going to do that a little later on in these films. In other words, they often were stereotyped and neglected to roles depicting pimps, pushers, prostitutes, or on the other hand, and now the other end, maids, butlers, or happy saving the white boy. Happy saving the white boy, you know. And, you know, I did that when I did Williamstown. And I was playing a friend of a friend. And this young lady, she had died and she came back as a ghost or whatever. And, she, you know, she couldn't move on. But if she touched somebody, you know, they would die. So here I was. The only African-American actor on that film that was major principal role. And here I go, jump in front because I want to say the white boy, you know. So this is what we got. Right? Ron O'Neal talked about that a great deal before his passing. And you know, Ron O'Neal, like I said in the beginning, was an eminent Shakespearean actor. And he won the Aldecco Award for a play that he did. I mean, he was a powerful actor. But yet, when he did Priest in Superfly, man, they just kept him trying to play those roles. So it was like, wow, you know, you really have to give homage to them. All I'm doing here is giving voice to the exceptional talent that we have. The irony and the contradiction is that perhaps without these quote-unquote gems, these black exploitation films, we may never have gotten to see masters now, but novices then, work their magic. I am glad that we did get to witness their skills, creativity, imagination, and talent. This is why I titled this piece, Honoring Those Who Came Before Us. Because it is essential that we always remind ourselves that A, there were many dry spells for these talents and gifted actors before their debut in these films. And B, that we must always give them homage, for they are deserving of not only our respect, but our admiration for laying the groundwork for what we are witnessing today. Again, we're witnessing some powerful stuff. You know, Halle Berry, Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Tanasha Henderson, and the singer Monet. All of them playing in these wonderful music. And the brother who just won for Moonlight, and Moonlight, who won an Oscar. Very, very, I'm not too crazy about the topic matter of Moonlight, but very, very powerful indeed. But we still need to get those African Americans behind the scenes, behind the cameras, doing and being able to green light, right? Butler got green lighted, and 12 Years a Slave got green lighted, and Moonlight got green lighted. And so there are things that are happening, but we need to have that power. And as Bill Duke always tried to do in his class, now this is not part of the article, this is just me talking. As Bill Duke tried to do in his class to all of us brothers and sisters, he tried to inspire us and encourage us and to deal with the idea that we need to be not only actors, but we need to be producers, we need to be directors, we need to be writers, so that we, as black thespians, we can control our destinies and we can begin to tell our stories, because our stories goes from Kemet all the way to now, and the breadth of it and the depth of those stories are awesome and powerful. And that's why I'm glad that some of these young black thespians are taken to the webisodes, because they're beginning to tell their stories. But we need them to be more powerful. We need those webisodes to be more challenging and more emotional and more of us. This is what I want you to do, my black thespians. I want you to keep your creative soul and fire going till you reach the pinnacle of the profession and you can reach that star. And maybe we can, do a little bit of a black statue of our own instead of reaching for somebody else's Oscar. Until next time, I will see you, as Denzel Washington say, working. Mandase.